welcome to the Geek Edge Chat review of Stranger Things Season 2, or Stranger Things 2 because the Duffer Brothers say it's like a movie. Yeah, we're finally here reviewing it. It came out last week, so we're excited. We finished it a couple of days ago, but we didn't have time to do this review. We finally had time to do a review, and here we are. I'm Shirley.
Christy.
Yeah, so we're gonna be breaking down in different topics because we ordered stuff of what we wanted to talk about.
Yes,
because it's
trying to
better
some
not to ramble and stuff. Yes, the plot is basically, if you haven't watched season 1, I don't know what's wrong with you. Get on that. It's after season 1. It's 1984. It's about to be Halloween, and it's basically the trauma that all these characters are going through, and trying to I guess better them. I don't know, move on, I guess.
Right.
In a sense, I didn't really know how to say it. From all the
alien stuff, they've been told by the lab to not tell anyone.
Yeah,
and so they're living their lives, trying to move on from that experience.
Yeah, basically. So Will's going through a lot of stuff. So again, these kids have to save Will, and Hopper's trying to figure out what's really going on because it's something is growing. And it's not, the aliens and the other dimension, the Upside Down, is not really gone. And where is 11? And yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, it's a year later. So yeah. So what do you want to bring up first?
Well, you mentioned earlier trauma.
Yes, trauma.
Right. So I think we should talk about trauma and Will and how he's still he's still going through episodes, right? And the last season we see him in his bathroom, and then he appears in the Upside Down world and universe, I guess. And he's having more
coughing out slugs and stuff.
Slugs, which we find out what those slugs are later on, right? In the season.
Yeah.
So I think that he is definitely experiencing trauma, going through those episodes, reappearing in the Upside Down world, and it's actually a lot more creepier now. Is this a spoiler review? This is a spoiler review.
Yeah, this is going to be a spoiler review. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, because if you haven't watched it yet.
I know it's just a week after, so people still haven't seen it, but we're going to do a spoiler review.
Yeah, because if you watched it and you just want to hear people talk about it, just listen.
Yeah, so trauma. There's Will, and, there's Joyce, who's not as, about her son because he's not missing, but at the same time she's wait, this is weird. All these dreams and stuff that he's happening feels like it's happening now, or it's not really dreams. And the doctor, Dr. Owens, who's played by Paul Reiser, is no, these are PTSD.
Yes.
Right? Am I saying it right? Trauma that soldiers go through of the war. And Hopper's yeah, because I think he was in the war too, because later on in the episodes you see Vietnam, a box that says Vietnam on it, so he probably understands what that means, so that's probably why he thinks that too. And so it's just this, basically trauma is the big theme, I guess, of this season. It's what these people have, Will, Joyce, Hopper, and Mike, because he lost 11. What they're all these characters, because they were dealing with these aliens in the Upside Down, how can they move on from that, and that's basically what it is,
right?
And so they're just trying to live their day.
Yeah, they're trying to be a normal family. Joyce is dropping off her son every day at school
and still keeping this big lie about what's really going on in Hawkins.
Yeah,
they can't say anything because the government, that lab, is threatening them, hey, if you say something, we're gonna kill you, or do kill you, do something bad to you. So they have to keep quiet. So Hopper has to keep quiet and still protect this town too, and he still wants to protect the people in his town that live there. So yeah, it's a lot of conspiracies and stuff that's going on.
Yeah, but I feel it's really bringing Joyce, Will, and Hopper closer together, and it's they're building their little family there, but also Hopper with 11.
Oh yeah, that's because you find out that 11 she's not really dead, which we know she wasn't. Of
course.
But she's been hiding out, living with Hopper, and Hopper has taken care of her like a daughter. Now it's there's this father-daughter relationship, which becomes crazy with arguments and all that stuff because she got powers. They're like titans basically. They're powerhouses, and she's also a teenager, so she's very, she's gonna have these emotions and stuff. And
I can't even imagine like being a teen. One, she's a teen, and then she just got superpowers. Like that's the hardest.
And also, Hopper's very
11th
protective.
parent.
Yeah, Hopper is very protective because if you don't know, he lost his child. And so that's also also gave him trauma as well and anxiety issues. And the government wanted to take 11 and he wants to protect her. He loves her like a daughter. So there's this, clash basically. And you get to really have a conclusion with that relationship later in the later episodes when Hopper feels sorry about what he's done to her, about keeping her closed off from her friends and all that stuff and not telling the truth about her mom who's still living. But can't take care of her, so it's a very real, especially their argument in episode 4 felt like very real. It was a great scene, but it's a very real relationship about father and daughter. Also, that's why I like it. I really love that relationship. That was probably my favorite relationship.
For me, the parallel too was like Joyce and Will becoming a stronger relationship, and then Hopper and 11 building their relationship as well.
Yeah,
so that was nice.
So because Joyce is, she'll do anything for her kid. She's like super mom, and Joyce gets things quick.
I love Joyce because Joyce is very like, go to work, simple, but she has a brain.
Oh, of course. Like she gets things quick. Like I said, she should work in the police department with Hopper.
Yeah, she's a good detective.
Seriously, like she would get stuff done. It's amazing about her. Winona Ryder, of course, plays her great.
Yeah. And then, I just also wanted to...
the kid who plays Will, he was great, too. Noah
Very
Schnapp.
good. His acting was amazing.
He was amazing. Like we mentioned, Hopper, like David Harbour, amazing, too. And then he was amazing as well. And 11, Millie Bobby Brown was amazing. Those guys were amazing. I feel like they deserve Emmys or something like that, or awards or whatever. They were all great. So what else did you want to bring up, Seth? I guess the bullying. You wanted to bring up that about.
Well, yeah, because I felt like that was a bit of a theme,
especially with the new characters.
Yeah, with the new characters, with Billy the teenager, and his sister Mad Max. Yeah, I thought that was interesting that they brought that up. At first, I was like, "Why are they here?"
I still don't understand Billy.
I don't understand Billy, but I think that Billy is in the show because it kind of gives Mad Max some context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, okay, that makes sense, and so I thought that they showed that really well, the whole bullying aspect of it, and the fact that they were brother and sister. That was kind of sad though, but and then they don't really develop Billy at all towards the end. Like he's just quiet at the end, but
he's like because Max is gonna kill him.
Max threatened him at the
very end. I like how Max is tough, but she gets this vulnerable side when she starts. Talking to Lucas, who gets more character development. Thank God. Right? You get to meet his family. I think his sister's my favorite new character, Erica. She's amazing.
She's very loved her. Like all her little moments were just.
She's the best. And they said they're gonna bring her more in. I was like, yeah, they should. She was actually my favorite new character. But and you see that his family is very stable, and what the dad says about the mom, like the mom is always right. That is true, and I love that.
He knows better.
And so you get that, and I hope they develop more Lucas, because it's always about Will or Mike or even Dustin sometimes, and it's like Lucas should get developed more, because I really like what's his name, the actor, Caleb McLaughlin.
Oh, McLaughlin, yes. Yeah. Caleb
McLaughlin. Yeah, sorry.
Caleb?
Yeah.
That's how it says.
So he's really good. So I hope they develop him way more. Like they just can't focus on the other 3 kids, because he's damn really good, and the way he treats Max, that it's really sweet, because she was a new friend and she just wanted to be friends with her, and the way they were treating her, especially Mike, really. And I know they're young. But it really bugged me. And I know Mike is going through, again, trauma and all that stuff about losing 11.
Mike didn't want another girl in the group.
Yeah,
My
but it was
11
just
isn't
a
here, I don't want anyone
little
else.
too much. It was a little too much. I don't know.
I
I know
know.
they're kids, so.
Yeah.
And people make mistakes. We do all the time, so it's
So,
understandable.
I mean, I feel like that was, like, their relationship was, like he loved, like, you could tell that he loved Mad Max. He eventually started really feeling, or like her, I should say. Like,
You know who's a
Mad
kid
Max.
that really annoyed me? And it was Dustin.
I
What
know,
was
'cause
Dustin
they was
doing?
like putting they were trying to have
No,
Lucas
but it-
and Dustin kind of compete.
Yeah, there was like
Mad
kind
Max,
of a love
but
triangle thing.
yeah,
But I think it wasn't even like Dustin. Yeah, he made the mistake of keeping the creature that he got, like the Pollywog, which is like the '80s reference to the Gremlins. But we find out it's like a Demogorgon, a mini Demogorgon and stuff.
Mini Demogorgon. was a
Basically,
pet.
it was just
Human alien.
he did something wrong. Like again, people do stupid things. We make mistakes. At the same time, when he treated Max in the end weird, was it because Steve was giving him really shitty advice? Like Steve, as cool Steve is, he was giving some bad advice.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, so I'm
I
like, why was he being like that
I
to
really
her? I don't
love the new
understand.
Steve. Keep that Steve going.
I like Steve. I didn't love Steve.
I-
Steve is cool. Out of the teens, he's cool. I don't know what happened to Jonathan, but we'll get to that later.
Wait, anyways, but Steve is, I like him because I feel like he really cares now. He's going out of his way to
Yeah, I
show that
do
he
like
cares. And so, yes, he gives Dustin really the worst manly advice you can possibly give a guy or boy about relationships.
Yo.
But my thing is, like, he probably doesn't know
He's a
himself.
teenager, but still,
He's a teenager.
he's still big.
But I thought it was adorable how they brought Dustin and Steve together.
Oh, that relationship, yeah,
And
that
how
was cute.
Steve has like somewhat become Dustin's mentor.
Like a big brother in a sense.
Yeah, and a big brother.
Yeah, that was cute. Yeah, so I definitely like Steve. Nancy, I still like Nancy. They didn't really do much for her, but I did like the fact that she was trying to get justice for Barb and all that stuff because Barb, sadly, got killed and. With the parents not really knowing. It's sad because they can't tell because of the government. All of that was sad. So I like the fact that she was like, okay, I'm going to try to find out at least something for the parents to,
And
get closure.
Nancy was
So-
a warrior. Like, she wasn't scared to go into the lab or anything like that.
No, she wasn't. The only character that was really like, I wish they just did more with Nancy. I don't know. I just
It would have been nice to do more with Nancy and especially Jonathan.
Jonathan. I don't know what's up with Jonathan. I think Jonathan's character was kind of like weak.
It
To
was
be honest,
weak
out
in
of
this
all the
season.
characters, he was really weak this season.
Last season he was great.
He was like the weakest character this
But
season.
I feel
Yeah.
like
he was still kind of a creep last season with taking the pictures that he was supposed to take of Nancy.
No, but
That
I
was
felt
kinda
like
weird.
that made
I know he
him-
felt bad, but I don't know. I said this season it
I
was
felt
just
like
weird
that
with
gave
his
character
character.
weight.
I don't
like,
know.
who is this guy?
To be honest, I really don't care if they get together or not.
Yeah, I don't really care about that
I don't
relationship
care
either.
about the
And that's the
teens.
fact. I'm
With that.
at the point that I want Nancy and
By
Steve
her-
to get back together.
Or you know what, Nancy by herself. If she didn't want any of that, if she wants to just do her own thing,
Nancy can be by herself,
be
or
with
she can date a
someone else,
Demogorgon.
then that's fine. If she wants to be with someone else or by herself, fine. If she wants to be with Jonathan or Steve, that's cool too. I just don't care about that relationship with Jonathan. I was like, oh, they finally hooked up. I was like, okay, fine, sure. Okay, can we move on?
Okay, now, yes. we
Oh,
should move
especially
on.
with the plot of like the investigator. It wasn't bad, but he was creepy because he was like pushing them
that subplot
to
was a
sleep
little
together
weird, but I guess have
because
to
they were
do that.
teens, which was just so weird. But he was alright. He was
Mm.
kind of funny in the sense that when they closed down, when they finally got evidence, like Nancy and Steve got evidence to close down the lab, and he helped them. That was interesting in the end. Yeah, what else? Did you want to talk about, like, we talked about bullying. The parents that don't give a shit. Basically, none of the parents care where these
Except
kids
Lucas's
are at.
parents and
Except
Joyce.
for Lucas's parents, Joyce, and then Hopper.
Hopper, yes.
Nobody else cares. The worst offense is the Wheelers. Oh my god, what is up with those people? I know it's the 80s, so kids from now, you don't know how good the kids from the 80s had it. Because basically they could go where the hell they want without their parents bugging them. Because there was no cell phones or trackers and all that stuff,
Yeah,
really.
so they would just hang
So
out all
it
day
was
long.
really like that. They did not care where the hell you went. you could hang out as long as you want, really.
I wonder if it was really like that just in like the suburban areas, or maybe even the cities.
Especially probably in the suburban areas. Yeah, the Wheelers were just. What happened to Karen's character? That was another character that was like, what happened to her? Because she cared in season 1 for her kids, and here she looked like she didn't care. Like they didn't know what to do with her character, which was kind of like, what?
Like they just put her in.
Is it because her relationship with Ted is so god awful that you notice that she's that she's drinking a lot of wine, that it's kind of suppressing her down? Like it's probably like she's probably depressed because of her marriage, and I don't blame her. And even Ted is the worst parent.
Even those
he is
scenes,
useless.
Even those little scenes, Ted is like doesn't pay attention to her.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Ted is just falling asleep, or he doesn't care where his kids are at. But that's what makes him so funny, though. Ted is like, he's such a useless character. You just laugh at him, because it's just like, what? And like when he was like season 1, what did I do? That was just. His character kills me. His character's kill, because when he pops up on the screen, I start laughing because of that guy. Like I don't know what it is, because he's just so useless. And Dustin spoke the truth. Like everybody thinks he's useless, he spoke it out. That was funny about it.
I like Dustin.
Basically.
I like Dustin because now I feel like he's even saying more what's on his mind now. That
now they're teenagers. And they're about to start high school probably next season, season 3. So they're like, all these love feelings and all that stuff and hormones and growing up. It's hitting them, aside from the trauma too, and dealing with aliens and other dimensions. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff those kids are dealing with. So, and all the kids are amazing, as the adults.
And what did you think about the sister?
Oh, the sister, because she's like, is she a teenager?
I think she's a teenager.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
It's a little older than 11.
Yeah.
What did you think about the whole episode?
I like the sister, episode 7, because it's like kind of diverse with people. I like the sister. I like her, and I like that she's trying to show 11 like how to control her powers and use it and grow it. I just didn't like her gang of people. I did not like that gang. Next time, leave that gang in a hole or somewhere else. No offense to those actors or anything, or to those characters, but seriously, I did not like them. That episode 7 wasn't bad though. It wasn't like, oh my god, it's so awful, which people were saying. It wasn't. It was interesting and different. So I give them that. Different.
A little bit of the. It was definitely a huge departure from what the other episodes were looking like, because I think this episode just happened in the city, so the culture.
So people were just like, "What?" I think that's why people were like so hating on that episode.
And the music was different. It was very sharp, punk.
But I like that they tried something different.
I actually liked the characters. I actually did.
The group?
The group, yeah. I felt like these were a bunch of misfits, and I love it. Let's go with it. Because everybody else is like from a nice little town, blah, blah, blah. And he's
they're in a small town. And they're
I actually like the contrast, so that worked for me.
I like that it was different. Like, other than that, people always complaining about, oh, it's the same thing. But now, like, when they try something different, it's like, oh, no. Well, I guess you could be critical of it, but damn, people were like, it's god awful. I'm like, it's alright, but I guess
but the sister, when they introduced her, I thought it was great. I would have
Yoda.
loved to see a lot more development with the sister.
And their relationship?
And their relationship, because they only had that one scene where, she's trying to help her with her power, but that, I guess, it was a very strong scene. But, the whole rest of the season, I was waiting to see the sister again. I was like, where's the sister? Is she going to come up?
Oh, because she's going to come help?
Scene, yeah. I was like, no, she didn't show up. They're probably going to put her in the next season. But
yeah, they're probably
that was just like I felt like that was a teaser that I didn't care about. I was like, what? They introduced the sister and they don't bring her back at all? Like, come on now.
Yeah, because I guess, there's going to be season 3 and 4, and I think that's it.
Got it, but still, you introduce somebody, you complete that.
Well, she was there to help her control her powers.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, I'm making my point.
Grow her powers, because then you get to the end of this season when she does go up against the Mind Flayer, Flayer, I think. D&D, I don't know. But, yeah, like, she has to be powerful, and she has to close the gate, I guess. So it's like, I guess that's why the sister was there.
Yeah.
And they'll probably bring her more into it. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else?
Favorite character of all was Bob. Bob 2 thumbs up. Wow.
Favorite character in the series?
Yes, for the whole series. I don't care. I love Bob. No, in the season.
Oh.
Favorite character.
Really?
Yes, I love Bob. Why? Because he was adorable. He loved Joyce. He loved the kids, and he showed that. Sure, he wasn't the strongest character.
He was an
because
idiot.
what? Bob?
I like Bob,
I
but
like
I'm
Bob.
sorry. Who stands there and stares at a person like he's a goof? Like, dude, run. Just run.
He was in love with Joyce. And even though I didn't see that
I don't care how in
love
love with her. Just run, yo. What
that's
the
why
hell,
he got
yo?
eaten by a Demogorgon, because he was too in love
Joyce
with her.
was stupid too.
When he saw
Like,
her
why was
again.
she just standing there? I mean, I guess she couldn't do shit anyways.
But,
well, she couldn't do anything.
But Bob,
But she should have been like, "Oh, let's go." Like,
she
they were
was
just both
shocked.
standing there. Like,
I love Bob because he had that superhero moment. You know,
I like that they made
that-
him like the superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
He was
the
a
fact
damn
that
good
he was
character.
part of
Yeah.
Goonies, which is like one of my
Kristen
favorite
just loves
teen
Goonies.
movies.
That's
What?
With
If you
Sean
haven't seen the
Astin.
Goonies,
No, Sean Astin was
What's
really
wrong
good
with you?
too. And Bob was a really good character.
yeah, Sean
He had
Astin
a
was
great
cute.
heroic death.
Yeah.
To be honest, if they kept on with his character, I feel like it would have been boring.
Well, I don't think it would have been boring, but I have a feeling that Joyce would have never ended up.
Yeah,
with
she
him.
would have been bored.
Damn it! No,
Sorry.
I totally like
Sharon,
Bob.
what?
What?
I
wanna
no, I mean like it would have, because he's just all he is really nice, which is great.
And he's so smart. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's smart, but what
He's
I'm
the
trying
brain.
to say, I don't know if there's any like different layers.
So
to
wait.
his
You
character
telling me
in
that
this
you don't
song.
like nice guys? You like the bad boys?
No, I like nice guys. But
Why you don't like
story wise, and I'm talking about this story, I don't know, I feel like it would have got boring with him. She probably would have got bored. Yo, but look at
Because he
But-
likes to play board games. I guess they wouldn't. After that whole superhero
she looked
episode,
bored. Yo, but hold up a
he could have
second.
done so much
She
more.
looked
and he
bored.
looked courageous.
Did she not look bored
I
most
think
of the
she
time?
was scared, and maybe because she has probably feelings for Hopper. At least that's what I'm thinking.
She was bored.
I don't think she was bored. I think she was.
No, he was a good
She
character. And yeah, I could see he could have lived and stuff. But he had a great heroic death. He's Bob the superhero. He was a
Wow.
damn good character.
love you, Bob.
Still would have been boring. But anyway,
Anyways, let's move on.
Bob the Brain. I like his name though. He was really smart. And he was the superhero because he did save a lot of people.
Hmm.
You
so
know?
all in all, like the show itself was like very scary compared to the first season. Like for me. I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like
no. It was scary and suspenseful, especially with
and
that.
gruesome a little bit
Oh,
too.
yeah, especially that with the thing with Bob.
I don't know what thing was it.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah.
suspenseful because I was like, oh,
Very-
is he gonna make it? Because you know, I'm like kind of like kind of chubby too, and I don't know, I probably wouldn't have made it either.
Yeah.
You know, all that running, I would have been like, you know what, just come and get me, dumb dogs, because that's it. I ain't running for anybody anymore.
Bob was running fast. But anyways, so I felt like
Did
it
he
was
look
more-
like he was running?
Yes, he did. Stop it. Anyways, scarier.
He was
It
standing there a lot.
It's definitely scarier. Or maybe I felt that it was
No,
scarier.
it was scary.
Because we were
It was,
watching
I don't
it
even
after
think
like
season-
midnight. Every time I get home from like this long day of workshops, we watch like from midnight to 2 a.m. and I felt like I was scared.
No, it was scarier. I have to agree with you because I don't even think season 1 was that scary.
And
It was good,
like,
but it wasn't
wow,
that scary.
that is good. Keep that going. We like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Because it deals with like other dimensions, the
Yeah,
sci-fi, the
sci-fi.
horror. Also, yeah. Yeah. What else? The 80s references. Come on, man. That's like the big thing. This is the big thing of the
it's
show. It's the
definitely-
80s references.
They packed on
And
a lot
everybody
more
who's like,
80s
oh,
references.
they give too much 80s references. That's the whole point.
No,
that's
that's
one of the points of the show. It's set in the
Exactly.
80s. Like, calm the hell
Exactly.
down. I don't understand.
If you're
people
not
with that.
feeling it, it's because you just
critique.
don't like
That-
the 80s.
That's just
Get the
weird, that
movie.
critique. Anyways, the 80s references. Paul Reiser again.
Paul
Who was a really
Reiser.
good character as the
And-
doctor, because in the end he gives that, Hopper officially adopts Eleven as his daughter, Jane Hopper,
And Dr.
because
Owens
of
helps him.
Dr. Owens. Paul
Yeah,
Reiser.
I didn't know
So
what to
he
think
was
about
actually,
Dr. Owens.
I thought he was gonna be like slimy, like his
Yeah.
aliens
Pop up.
character.
Oh yeah, like his aliens.
Yeah, which they that was a reference when he entered. Did he enter the same way in Aliens? I think he did. That's why. I think he did.
I remember.
Like, he entered like that.
Yeah.
Like, he was talking to Sigourney Weaver's character, Ripley. Yeah, he entered the same way.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Wait, speaking of Ripley.
oh, yeah, that's
Another
another
80s reference.
11
with
hair.
Ripley's hair.
Yeah, that was
I was
a big
like,
thing.
Ripley!
Ripley. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's Ripley.
That is so cool.
What else? The scene in I think episode 6, The Spy, where the soldiers are going down because Will tells them, hey, you got to go here, where Hopper was before when they went to go save him. The graveyard kind of type of stuff, and the tunnels of the Upside Down. Basically, that scene reminded me of Aliens 2 when the soldiers are going in trying to kill the aliens.
Definitely a lot of like
like that made me remember that. The music choices were so, of course, 80s because it's 1984.
Yeah.
That was just like, I love the 80s music.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier the polywogging, or what was it called?
The Gremlins.
The Gremlins that
Gremlins thing.
referenced
Such the
earlier.
Gremlins thing. But I never saw that it was going to be like becoming a Demogorgon. I never thought that. I was shocked
I
when
kind
it
of had a
finally
feeling
did.
that it was going to turn into an alien and grow. Because remember, I kept on saying, yo, it's going to get bigger, it's going to get bigger, watch.
Yeah, but I thought it was still going to be cute.
But I thought, oh, they're going to throw water.
you know, because like Gizmo.
Like
Gizmo
Gizmo.
was cute.
I mean, that thing was alright looking, cute, kind of cute. Not really. but,
No.
eh. Anyways, the other biggest reference, 80s reference, was the ball.
The snowball. Which I love that they ended with it because they referenced it in season 1 when Mike was telling 11, let's go to the snowball together.
Let's go to the
I love that they ended that with that. Oh yeah, the snowball. Oh yeah, with
Dustin.
Dustin looking
being
like
a
Ducky.
From Pretty in Pink. And if you haven't
Pretty
seen
in
that movie,
Pink.
oh my gosh. Come on.
Oh yeah, like so like Ducky. And that's
Ducky.
funny. I just remember Ducky's character for some
Yeah,
reason.
and then Mad Max, hello.
With the red
Molly
hair.
Ringwald's character.
Andy.
So that was
I don't know,
cute.
the rich guy. But yeah, oh my god, that was a big thing.
And the music
too.
was great.
Yeah, I loved it. But the soundtrack, of course, by the band Survive, for their synth music. Who would have thought I love synth music? They do such. I was like, I like synth music, and I'm like, they do some amazing ass soundtrack, man. These guys, the music is great.
The music is great.
What else do you want to talk about? Oh, the relationship. There's also talking about the relationships. We forgot to mention the Joyce and Bob.
Yeah, we may mention Joyce.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But Mike and 11 is what we didn't really talk about.
Oh right, Mike and 11.
Oh my gosh, Mike was so adorable even though he was like when he first saw 11, and then Hopper took him to the room and he was like beating.
That
Hopper.
was a
like,
great scene.
Wow.
Between those two characters
Yeah.
again, like with Mike,
found it adorable.
Finn Wolfhard, and David Harbour. Great scenes by the both of them. Like you really felt, and Harbour again. Just hugged that kid and said, I'm sorry for everything.
This show is so much more emotional.
Yes, it's more emotional, man. I cried in a lot of scenes. Again, the scene with Hopper in the car trying to send a message to 11.
Yeah.
And then the scene that he had with 11 in the car when they were trying to go to the lab. Like, all those scenes were so emotional. I was like, damn. But yeah, like, you know, like Hopper giving that love and support and saying sorry that he knows he did a mistake. Because he did a big one. Hide 11 to Mike and holding him and stuff, and it's sad because it's like again with Ted and Karen, especially Ted, it's like they don't care.
But Mike and 11,
Mike and 11's relationship, it's cute. It's very sweet.
It's not as strong, I think, as Mad Max and Lucas.
I like their relationship.
I felt like because there was more time to develop it. So
sweet.
my thing was like,
Mike were cute.
you hardly see them together, Mike and 11, of course, because he's hiding him. So that was my thing. Like,
I love that
11
Hopper
with all
stopped
the
them
teens.
kissed. Such a dad thing to do.
But they
He
got
was
their
like
kiss
that.
later
They
on in the
did, 'cause he
snowball
wasn't there.
dance.
True.
It was so cute when she walked in this 80s outfit. I was like, whoa.
Did you know she was wearing the bracelet?
No.
So, okay. Did you ever notice that Hopper wears a blue bracelet on his arm?
No.
You never noticed
I
that?
don't think I have.
No. So
my
since
goodness,
since season 1, he's been wearing a blue bracelet. And I was like, what is that? So basically, the blue bracelet, and they show his daughter in episode 8 in season 1 when they were giving the backstory when he was trying to save Will, and his daughter died of cancer. But before, one of the flashbacks, she had like pigtails, and her
and she has
with like
a ribbon on it.
Cola ribbon, or I forgot what they call it in English or something. But anyways, it's blue. So that's the thing that she's wearing
he's
here.
wearing
He's wearing it.
And then she's wearing it now.
So basically, he's been wearing it, and then the end in the snowball scene, she's 11 is wearing it, so he gave it to her.
Oh.
And so I noticed, and I thought that was very sweet. I was like, oh, because now it's like she's his daughter now, and he's moving on from that trauma, and I like that. And also, I like the scene between Joyce and him in the parking lot, because now they have shared trauma. But the fact that he lost his daughter and she lost Bob, so it's like they're connecting. He's just being there for her,
and we definitely want that to build their relationship. Oh my god, that would be so cute.
Yo, there'd be like one big family.
I know.
Where all their kids use the powers and they went through.
Exactly.
It would be dumb cute.
I know.
And I love their relationship, be it romantic or them just being there for each other. You don't really see men and women relationships like that intensely, just being there, for each other. I think that's amazing.
At the end of the last episode, we see the shadow monster, right?
Shadow monster.
Over the snowball.
Yeah, they go to the
upside down.
The upside down of it. And he's
predictions?
he's lurking. Oh, basically, because I guess he knows 11 and the kids, especially 11, and he's like, wait a second, what did you do? Exactly. Like, I'm coming for ya, because you just closed the gate. You didn't really destroy me or anything.
I know. Speaking of closing
so they're probably
the gate,
gonna come out little by
Levin
little.
looked like the Phoenix from X-Men when she was
I think
closing
she's based
the gate.
on that character
She probably
too.
is, right?
Yeah.
Because isn't that an 80s reference, Phoenix?
I think so. I don't
But anyways.
Season 3. The Mind Flayer or the Shadow Monster's like, I'm coming for ya. Yeah, just close the gate, but I'm coming for all of ya.
I predict that
little by little, he's probably gonna.
Hopper and Dustin have something inside of them.
I know,
because at one point
they got like
they were in the upside down in the tunnels, and they got stuff thrown at them.
Yeah, that probably will come back to
Something's
them.
gonna happen there.
Damn, that's gonna be sad. Well,
I
there's
know.
nothing serious that
I
kills
hope it
their
doesn't kill
characters.
Dustin. I don't want none of the characters to die.
Hope it doesn't kill Hopper. He's actually my favorite character.
I know, right? And there's only 4 seasons. No, 2 more seasons. But
So,
please watch the season.
Yeah, I just don't care about Jonathan Nance. I just gotta bring that out. No, but this season was dumb. Really, it was amazing. I liked it. Good. I loved it just as much as season 1, and I think I want to watch it again.
We are gonna binge again because that's what we did last time.
So watch it, please. Yes. You're missing out if you don't.
Exactly.
You really are missing out. And I really wished I got to experience the 80s, as goofy and cool as it was. I was born in the late 80s, so I never really got to experience it.
I experienced
90s were pretty cool.
it, mainly the movies. And the music.
Through Christy.
I was like, yeah.
So anyways, have fun.